Hello everyone, and welcome to the next Hackathon workshop, the Kaia Stablecoin Summer Hackathon workshop. Today's workshop is with zkMe. My name is Sean. I am the DevRel Community Manager. If you're not too familiar with me, I've been here for the past 6-7 workshops at this point. With me today, I have Cecilia from zkMe, and she will be going through the workshop on No More KYC Headaches, plugging zkMe into your dApp. However, before that, I do have a quick housekeeping to go over. So for those that are not too familiar, if you're watching the stream for the very first time, and you're just wondering, hey, what is this Kaia Stablecoin Summer Hackathon? Or I'm here from zkMe. I don't actually know what's going on. So fear not, I will be going through some very quick slides, so you can just keep in mind. Okay, cool. Yeah. So essentially, the Kaia Stablecoin Summer Hackathon is our global flagship hackathon for Kaia. It's our very first one we're doing as Kaia. If you want to find out a bit more information, you can scan the QR code on screen or on my little screen here. Yep. So we have plenty of sponsors. zkMe is one of our community partners as well. Yeah. So a little bit about the hackathon. The hacking period is from August 25th. We actually launched back at WebEx Tokyo and then we're running all the way until September 17, which is about less than a week from now. So you guys have less than a week remaining until submissions. We also have a final demo day on September 30th at Token 2049 itself. So the top 5 finalists will get to fly into Singapore, and you guys will demo live for us, for a couple judges as well. Yeah, so our total prize pool is about 1 million in total, including investment opportunities. However, the direct prize pool that all the participants, the finalists, will get is shared about 165,000. So one thing that we're doing a bit differently this hackathon is because we want to support the finalists in launching the mini dApp, or actually launching a dApp. So what we've done a bit differently is you will only unlock 50% when you win the hackathon. The remainder 50% will be unlocked when you actually launch your dApp. Yep. So obviously we only have one track, the mini dApp track, and 3 finalists will be included. Yep. So this is the rough timeline. We actually launched the hackathon on August 4th. We had the global kickoff ceremony at WebEx. The submission due 4 weeks later, or at this point a week later, on September 17th. And then on the 24th, we'll actually announce the top 5 finalists who will actually fly into Singapore. You get a chance to fly. We do have a small stipend available to all the finalists, which we will reimburse you upon, when you fly in, we will reimburse you. And then on the September 30th, basically it's everything, the live demo, closing ceremony, and the winners announcement. It's in person at Token 2049. So if for those of you who are wondering, hey, I would like to participate in this, how do I go? So obviously you scan the QR code and then click submit your bill. Do not click register as hacker, because we want you to submit a bill, right? So the submission requirements, what do you need to submit? So firstly, you need to submit obviously a DeFi protocol infra related to Kaia stablecoins and ecosystem assets, basically because US Tether is one of the co-hosts. So obviously we need to worry about stablecoins. The other co-host, obviously Line Messenger, Line Next, is why it's the second requirement, a mini dApp online messenger linked to the DeFi protocol built, the UI plus dApp demo. And because Dune is one of the major sponsors of the hackathon, we are requiring you to do a dashboard on Dune Analytics, basically submit the public dashboard URL. And lastly, we need you to submit a pitch deck, basically a docs and link of the pitch deck. So one thing I will stress is that you can actually submit your build at any time. So those who are unfamiliar with DoraHack's platform, you actually can submit the build first, and then you can finalize it anytime before September 17th. This is because we would like to stress you can submit it as soon as possible, because from our last hackathon we did with the Korean hackathon, a number of participants actually waited until the very last second, and then they encountered errors, So and unfortunately for them, we did not extend hackathon by a few more minutes and stuff like that, because we were quite strict on the deadline. This is also a very strict deadline, because you have basically from now until September 17th to submit something. So you guys have a lot of time. So we'd like to stress, submit the bill first, and then you can finalize it anytime later. So yeah, that's mostly it. And I think to find out a lot more, we basically want to support the ecosystem in building DeFi mini dApps to deal with the USDT and stablecoins. Go from hack to live launch with direct support. So all the winners and finalists will basically automatically qualify for Kaia Wave Season 2 and get all the benefits included in that package. We are still finalizing the details for Kaia Wave Season 2, including all the exact marketing packages and stuff like that. But from Season 1, we had quite a number of really good mini dApps. So lastly, this is not just a weekend hack. This is your stage to ship real products on Kaia and our messengers. So more information, scan the QR code here. And I think that's it for my slides. So I think I've taken up quite a bit of time. So I think I'll hand it off to Cecilia, who will then speak more about the the workshop. Yeah, cool. So I will just switch over the slides and I'll hand it off to her. Cool.
Thank you, Sean, for the intro. Hi, everyone. I'm Cecilia from zkMe. Really glad to be here today to show how we use zero-knowledge proofs to make identity verification both on compliant and privacy-preserving way. So our company was founded in December 2022. And when our team noticed that the regulation was gradually spreading into this industry and potentially undermining the ethos of Web3, which are the anonymity, privacy, and decentralization. So over the past 3 years, we have built an FATF compliant zkKYC solution that enables full compliance without forcing your project to step away from the ethos of Web3. So our motto is simple and direct. You privately verified, and in other words, you can stay fully compliant while keeping your identity private. So in Web2, the data and data markets have always had serious problems, like regulations keep getting tighter and data breaches are happening more often. And most of the value are captured by a few big platforms, while users getting almost nothing. But those data should have been used an asset for users since it was shared by them. But instead, it has turned into a liability, and mainly because of the decentralized database create a massive honeypot problem. So once they got attacked, and the damage and the misuse are huge, and these problems are not confined to Web2. As we are observing, they are now steadily spreading into Web3 as well. So in Web3, the challenges are getting even more complicated, we will say. So for projects like RWAs, stablecoins, lending protocols, or I also some like interesting tracks from the Build Dora Hack submitted projects like on-ramp, off-ramp protocol. So all of these areas are demanding compliance stronger and stronger, but traditional KYC and AML systems just don't work there. As you might have experienced that in traditional eKYC, they will ask you to upload your KYC again and again. And they also depend on a centralized database, which bring a privacy raw data disclosures, privacy risks, and also create a friction in user experience. So Web3 projects will get stuck with a like really tough choice. Either you fulfill the compliance compliance requirement, or you sacrifice your decentralization and the privacy, which probably is why you start your business at Web3. So to like solve this kind of problem, we start our very first product, which is zkKYC. So it meets compliance requirements without users disclosing their raw data directly to others. And you can think of it in this way, like with zero knowledge proofs, we can bring compliance and privacy, which two things are actually conflicted in traditional world, but we use these technologies to bring them together. So our solution is built on top of three principles. So the first is the composability. The credential issuance and verifications are seamless, and the second thing is self-sovereignty. So for data for those data, like users' private data or their data on their like different websites accounts, they will stay under users' control and individually encrypted. And the third thing is interoperability. So like you have faced these days that, for example, if you have your credit score on a traditional platform, but you cannot share it to like Web3 projects to prove your eligibility, or you have one credential on one chain, but you were unable to prove yourself on another chain on smart contract level. So with our solution, with the interoperability, our credentials can work across chains and data sources. Okay. So in short, our solution enables self-sovereign identities and interoperable credentials, and we also allow you to selectively disclosure of the data with zero-knowledge proofs. And we also like to fulfill the regulatory requirement, we will also provide you the capability with recovery with our zk Vault, which I will introduce a little bit deeper later. So all of these products, or I would say like features, are powered by zkTLS, zk zero knowledge proofs, and also decentralized storage and our DID bridges. So here comes a question. So for example, how can a user prove they hold a trusted credential without exposing their personal information to the service provider or like any third party? So the traditional method is rely on users, like let's take eKYC for example. So the traditional method is to rely on users uploading IDs and store the raw data in centralized databases, which is kind of risky in both Web 2 and Web 3 industry. So with these kind of traditional methods, you will face probably like database got hacked, database is intercepted or duplicated, or human error creeps in, and all these put like our own privacy and the user's privacy and security at challenge. So how we are solving this, to abstract our solution, you can see it as the diagram here. So we solve this by bridging trusted credentials through zero-knowledge proofs, which is fully programmatic and pseudonymous. So service providers, they can perform due diligence without ever accessing or storing private user raw data. So here is the full picture of our product. So you can see here we have we can accept like several of the data sources. So for example, a trusted web credential refers to the data source I mentioned earlier, for example, your credit score, and the trusted physical credential, which refers to the governmental issued identity documents like ID cards, passport, driving license, etc. And also, we also have the capability to like prove your on-chain credential to another chain. You might not able to like bridge them to there. And we also accept the data source from trusted traditional identity verification providers. And so with this data source, user can choose like whichever of them and interact with our customer. So let's take KYC for example. So normally user need to scan their data, scan their document, and then the document and its raw data will be shared with the for example with the project who want to verify their eligibility. So with our solution, you can see here that first, like on user side, there are two processes how the data will be processed. So first, we will generate after users scan their ID card, their text will be extracted, and our zero knowledge proof circuits will run on user's local device. So which means that it will run locally on user's end and generate corresponding zero knowledge proofs to prove, for example, whether this user is over 18 and this user's nationality, etc. And to fulfill the regulatory requirements, which is they will ask the project to have the capability to provide users raw data, then we will also use a mechanism we designed by ourselves, which we call it as zk Vault. So you can encrypt users like their picture with this zk Vault, and it will be stored in a decentralized storage. So in the future, for example, if a regulator comes to you and asks you to provide these users raw data, then you will have one key which you and which user shared when they were doing the KYC authorization with you, and um, and a legal party will also have another key shard and a third key, which is currently holding by zkMe. So you can use these three keys to decrypt these users' raw data, and to decrypt these users' encrypted information and get the raw data, and then you can provide these files to those regulators. And that's why we are saying we are the only FATF compliant zkKYC solution. So for example, if you want to, after user have done KYC, if you want to verify their eligibility, then you can do it in API or SDK way to query their information. But but if you say that I want to do it in a more decentralized way, then we also support you to do it on a smart contract level. So, and you can actually select based on your project mode and your preference. So here's a quick example on how our proof of adulthood works. So first, the user will have to provide a biometric passport, and then those biometric passports there's a NFC embedded in this passport, then it will be read. And after the information has been read locally, the program will the program which contains the zero knowledge proof circuit will generate like a corresponding answers based on whether zkMe or our client's setup. So for example, if the question is whether this user is over 18 years old, then we will generate the answer based on the birth date. And then the project will only receive a proof saying, yes, this user is over 18 or not, but they will never see the actual data. So the raw data always stays with the user. And for projects, then the benefits are clear. So native compliance and directly on chain, no liability from holding users PII, and the lowest cost of the verification, and a seamless user experience. And so in short, our solution compared to the current existing traditional services, we are more safer and cheaper and easier to integrate with. So you can see our products here. So right now, zkMe supports like several key credentials, and here are the credentials we proposed for those projects who are participating in the Kaia Hackathon. So the first one is MeID proof, which serves as anti-Sybil product. So with this product, we will verify users' facial information, which is like the biometric information, and for example, liveness and their face biometric data's uniqueness. And by implementing this product, you can achieve the anti-Sybil requirement, and also anti-bot. So we will make sure that you will not get like Sybil attacked, or there's no like duplicate users will go to your project and interact with you. And the second project is citizenship and solutions. So citizenship and sanctions. So which refers to zero knowledge proof of citizenship and AML, and which is also known as the KYC requirement normally. So within this product, you can verify users' citizenship, users' age, and you can also do the sanction screening to your users to make sure that you can fulfill the regulatory requirement without compromising the ethos of your project. And also we provide KYT to our to you as well. So with our KYT, you can do the wallet and the transaction monitoring to your user's wallet. So and we provide like several APIs for you to select, which I can quickly go through later in our Doc Hub. And the fourth thing is the proof of accredited investor eligibility. So like I've mentioned earlier, that we allow users also share their Web2 information to with our circuits, and we will generate corresponding proof for them. So with this accredited investor, how we are currently doing it is that we will provide a portal currently only open for American citizens, but we will expand the scope of the data source in the future. So they will have to, for example, input their account under US SSA website, and then they will the program will automatically retrieve the data, like the income data on the web page, and to verify whether this user's income is over 200K US dollars in the past 2 years or not. So this is the beauty of the zkTLS technology we are currently building, and accredited investor is available for integration. So also welcome you to integrate with this. So if you are, for example, if you are doing projects like lending protocol or like RWA projects, this is the feature you can definitely try. And would also love to share that to show our support to this hackathon, all the service fees are free for the participant and team and during this hackathon. So fees are waived. Please feel free to integrate with us and reach out to us to try the products. So here, our product has been live for more than 30 months, and you can see here's our dashboard. We normally provide to our customers for them to configure users for them to configure their requirement of their users. And you can also see the doc hubs here, which I will introduce later, that will in this doc, you can find how to integrate with our product and find the product list for what we are providing. And here is the test widget. So under this test widget, you can you will be able to verify your user within this test widget, and we will provide it. It's not called test widget. It's actually called code widget. Test widget is a demo website. Sorry. So within this widget, user can stay on your website, but they can still go through the zkKY. They can go through the verification process within this little pop-up. And here is our Q2 ecosystem highlights this year. So truly appreciate that we can get so many support from these projects. And I'm really looking forward to add your team's logo on it, and love to see more use cases come out. So here we also provide our customer case studies, or let's say customer success stories. So it's there are several articles have been live on at blog.zk.me. So if you want to find some inspiration on what zkMe can do or how zkMe can help, you can find these case studies here. So hope it can like give you some inspire on how to better integrate with us and how to and how they're feeling towards us. Yep. So let me open our docs up and let's go into like how to integrate with our service. Okay, so here's the structure of our doc hub. You can see why zkMe. So by reading why zkMe, you will get a concept of why this project was built, and you can also find the use cases here. So here, for example, for our compliance suite, you can find the scenarios we have observed, or we have customers who from those areas we have served, and or those like scenarios we have visioned. And in how zkMe works, you can find out like how our infrastructure works and how our like underlying modules work together and make sure that we can be the FATF compliant solution. So here you can also click try it out. So in try it out, you will able to like see the user experience within a demo video, or you can also like try it directly with this demo link. And now I can quickly show you the demo video. Let me zoom in. Okay, let me turn off the audio. Sorry. Okay. So here's a zk KYC demo, and this is the demo website we created for our customers to get a feeling like how to interact with our service and how our service can be triggered on their on their website and how the UI looks like. So here you can see the mouse click the button here, verify your identity, and after that there's a pop-up showed up. So we call it zkMe widget, and here's the educational page for users to know what they are what they are agreeing, and let them to know more about how this solution can protect their privacy. So first, user will have to log in with their email. Why this design is because we want to have a like a united unique identifier to allow users to map their different accounts. So we use this email as a like as a angle. Then I'll just skip a little bit. So here you can see a QR code will be like showed up. So by scanning this QR code, users will be directed into a KYC zk KYC page on their phone. So here's after scan the QR code, then this page will open automatically. And then if user click like verify now, and they will be asked to like select their citizenship. And after that, they will be asked to choose their identity type, scanning, and this is the facial scanning. So by doing the facial scanning first, we want to make sure that the user is a human being and also is live, not a static image or what. And the second purpose is we will match users facial biometric data with the image on their identity document. So if everything goes smoothly, then so here we also embed the proof of location verification that I can also share a little bit more later. So user prove their location by sharing their GPS, and this GPS will also be encrypted with zero knowledge proofs to make sure that their data can be protected. And now you can see the user have passed the KYC process, and now they are turning to the zk part. So we will let the user know that the zero knowledge proof is under generating, and they can and after the zero knowledge proof generated, we will put it into a NFT, which we call it as Soulbound token. And next, user will be asked whether they are willing to authorize their Soulbound token with you and their key shard with you for you to verify them. If they choose to continue, which means yes, then they will see this page. So sign within their wallet, and then so if they fulfill your requirement, the requirement you set, then they will see this page. Congratulations, you have passed the verification, and you now can continue the trip on a certain project. Otherwise, they will get rejected, and they will not be allowed to go to the next steps on your website. Okay, so here's our how zkMe works session. So the next is what zkMe offers. Within this session, we have listed all of our product and how this works, and also different demos are within those different pages. So for example, proof of location, which you just saw earlier, we use the geolocation verification to let user prove themselves, and you don't have to query their raw data or store their raw data to verify their eligibility. So quick scroll down to get a vibe how this looks like. And you can see proof of location, proof of citizenship, proof of a credit investor, AML check, know your transaction, and know your business is on the way. So here are the suits we are currently providing to our customers and users. And like I've mentioned, if you want to do anti-civil, then you can choose Me ID. And what's more, so with zkTLS capability, you can also verify these users under this profiling suite. So for example, zero knowledge zk social network is actually, for example, user can log in their Twitter and prove their ownership. And also the zk credit score, user can prove their for example, TransUnion, their credit score under TransUnion's website without revealing the actual information. So, for example, we will provide the regions which are set by FICO, and if you want to verify those users, we will give you an encrypted like information according to these regions. And for example, if you said very good is your bottom line, then user with good credit score will not be allowed, and we will return the answer no to you. Okay, so with this product introduction, let's dive into the integration part. So it's under start verifying, and here is the checklist of how to integrate with zkMe product. So as you can see here, there are only 5 steps. So you don't have to worry it will be like super difficult for you to integrate, or it will take you a lot of time. So from my own experience, I have integrated with zkMe service, like the KYC service, and activated within 2 hours at like best practice. So like I've heard from what Strong have introduced, the timeline, the deadline is a little bit tight, but you don't have to worry about like our product will add up your like workload, which will, I promise you, it will not. And so let's go through steps by steps. So the first step is sign up for a zkMe dashboard account using your email, which is pretty easy. I'm directing to this page. Okay. So you can see here, you just need to provide your like name as the contact person, and your company's name, your company's website, and your company email, and sign up. And after this sign up, we will ask you to set up your password. And after set up this password, then you will be able to explore our dashboard's interface, and you will see our like default landing page. But it actually doesn't. You may find that you don't have access to any of the service there. You cannot activate your API key, etc. Don't panic. It doesn't reflect your account's actual permissions. It just meant a guest reference for you or for our clients. So what you need to do next, let me go back to the checklist page, is after we saw you have like registered, then we will reach out to you proactively, and if you agree to continue, then we will send you a terms and conditions. And if you agree with that, then we will proceed to the third step. So please let us know what kind of features you would like to enable. The features are the features I shared earlier here. So, yep. And for example, you tell me, Cecilia, I want to activate proof of citizenship, then I will configure the corresponding like access to your account, which is the fourth step. So let's go to the fourth step. So once your account is signed and with the required permissions, please refer to this dashboard guide to access your API key and configure your setup. Because we have faced like so many clients, they got stuck when setting up this dashboard. So we have provide this guide here for you to like go through the process more smoothly. And you can see here, so first is sign up, I've shared earlier, and here's the welcome page. And the first thing, like to activate your account is to like set up or type in the URL that you will embed our KYC service or our other services. And then after you have saved the whitelisted URL, then the configuration part will get unlocked. Then please download the JSON file, which is the your private key, which will like help you to like decrypt users. Which will help you during the user information decryption process. This will not be the key, but it will help you. And after that, you will also be able to generate your API key. So which means you will have access to our service. And yep, and after that, since you will have to like set up some requirements or threshold to filter some users, and then you can click the button here, create a program. And for like let's take proof of citizenship as an example. Then we will give you several fields. For example, which chain do you want to verify your user? What's the possible age and you would like to allow user to interact with you? And also, for example, which nationalities, what kind of identity document you would like to accept to for those users to prove themselves. And you can also activate the AML selection during the create program session. And after that, you after all the requirements are set up, then you can, after you click the save button, you will see a a record will show up here and marked as created, but it's only just created. Please make sure that you will apply this program, which serves as like the activation of this program. And after that, you have finished. You have finished the setup process in the dashboard, and you will be able to continue your code integration. So for code integration, first is the widget part. So for this widget, we provide a JavaScript SDK for you to integrate. And click here, you can see for different suits, we offer different JavaScript SDK integration method, but all of them actually are like the structure are pretty similar because we want to make it easier for our customer to integrate with our service. So still take zkKYC compliance suite as an example. Blah, blah, blah. First, if you want to go into the integration first, you can navigate to the integration via NPM directly. So first, you will have to install our NPM package. And after that, you can start to integrate with these 4 steps to activate our service. So why I said our service is easy to integrate, because we have tagged, you can see here, we have tagged all the fields that we required you to fill in. And you can find out that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 to-dos for you to type in your code based on your business logic. This is for the cross-chain case, so it's actually pretty easy. Only 4 parts. And for on-chain, for example, if you have like special demand for decentralization, and you can go to the on-chain selection, then you will see there are 5 to-dos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like still like pretty easy for you to integrate. And after that, still go to the checklist page. You will definitely need to query your users' information, right? So we do provide you an SDK method and also API method. So for those projects, I highly recommend you to go with our API query. So it will provide you a lot of field and could be like fit your business logic better. Okay. And also, for example, if you want to say, I want for decentralization, and I want the user don't have to wait for the response of those APIs. I want to do it on a more decentralized level, and then you can go to the smart contract query method. And you can see we have provided all the instruction here. So basically, you just need to provide the smart contract address we provide you in the dashboard, and you pass user's wallet address, then you will be able to get the response of this user's KYC verification status. Yeah, what's more, so for some projects that if you want to customize your widget, customize the UI to make it more fit into your theme, then in our dashboard, we can also provide a session for you to customize the color, and you also are welcome to change the CSS of this UI by typing the code here. So we are quite flexible with this, and it will not affect the function of our product. Okay, let me close these buttons. Okay, so this is the overview of the and introduction, detailed introduction of our checklist. It's if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We will definitely respond you, and to explore more, and you can find our brand kit for your marketing purpose, our identity hub, which you can explore different credentials as a user to zkMe, and you can also see some different FAQs, glossary, for example, what is zkKYC, what is VC, what is VP, which are probably not that common in daily life. And you can also find our code, our open source code in our GitHub link and our other social media links. Yeah, so I think this is the introduction and what I would like to share with the hackathon teams. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Cecilia, for that wonderful workshop. I'm
Thank
sure the
you.
participants have been quite active in chat. I think a lot of them really like the checklist at the end, as well as the color customization. There's a lot of options in colors. I think someone was going to use purple and blue and whatever not.
Yeah.
So I think that was especially a checklist. I think quite a number of people are really liking it in chat. So yeah, now it's time for the Q&A. Cecilia, let me know if you want me to add back the slides, if you want me to, if for any kind of like demo, if you have any kind of like website you want to show during the questions, because just let me know. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we do have a couple questions in chat. Let me just try and find it in this thing here. Yeah, there we go. For a Kaia stablecoin dApp, which parts of KYC/AML flow do you recommend on-chain versus off-chain? Proof verification, proof generation, verification, revocation/expiry.
Okay, got it. So probably let me explain a little bit more like what's the difference between cross-chain and on-chain like zkKYC levels. So for cross-chain level, it's actually still on-chain, but due to our system design, from the very first start, we have a basement chain that we use it as like our default choice, which is currently another EVM. I'm not going to say its name. So for this solution, then you can for cross-chain, then your user's Soban token will be directly mint onto that default chain. But for example, if you want to verify user on Kaia chain, then I will recommend you to go with the on-chain selection. And we have already like support Kaia for I would say like 4 months already. So it's actually quite stable, and you can definitely go with that.
Okay, cool. So one thing, Cecilia, is that the stream is like 5 seconds delayed, because for obvious reasons. So they may take a bit of time for any follow-up questions they have. So I think they did ask a follow-up question, to this one. Any reference session pattern for mini dApp/WebView backend contract that avoids replay while keeping the UX simple?
Any reference session pattern for mini app? Sorry.
I think it's just the way the
Backend
question is laid out. It's
contract
fine.
that avoids replay. Sorry, I don't think I fully get the question. Could you like explain a little bit, or
I'm not sure. Maybe you have to wait for that. Maybe you can answer another one that they have just
sure.
really quickly while they. So if you can maybe what is it? Clarify the question a bit, Asooks, that'd be really good. But
Okay.
for now, you can answer your other question. For data
What
minimization,
PII
never leaves the
never
user, and what minimal metadata, if any, hits chains that all backend logs to satisfy audits.
Okay, so actually all the it depends how you define PII, right? So I would say all those like raw data, for example, the image of those users, governmental document, identity document, or like users facial scanning picture, those data will never like will never shared with third party or with us. Those things will be like fully encrypted on users local end, and same for those like data extracted from users identity document, like their age, their birth date, their nationality are also stay with the users. We just like our circuits will just generate the zero knowledge proofs on users' local end, which means no one will touch those data. And for the minimal metadata hits the chain and backend logs to satisfy the audits. So I would say, for example, if you are going to zkKYC, the fields that we are currently providing you can actually fulfill the satisfy the audits. So basically, you can just follow the fields we give you and do the corresponding configuration that would fulfill.
Okay, while we wait for, I think there's maybe typing out, there's a question from not Asux this time, it's from Fermento. Just curious, what are some real world examples of projects already using zkMe?
Yeah, there are actually several. Maybe Sean, can you help me to show the? Yeah,
There we go.
Thank you so much. So let's see. You can see here's a DAO, Station X. They have go live with us, and we have been providing them with a KYC, I would say, for more than a year somehow. And if you go to like Carve, you can also see our KYC widget, and also like these IDs, they are either have integrated with us or still under integrating, but will definitely go with us. And also, sorry, for I will skip chain ecosystems. And sorry, you can see here. So actually, if you go to Tascon in their backend, you can see they will, for example, if you want to verify users' uniqueness, then you will see they have a button there and ask you allow you to select zkMe as a selection. And also like the payment on-ramp, off-ramp provider here, and also a like payment provider in South Africa. We're using our KYT, and also these wallets. And I would say the RWA projects, some of them have already like go live with us, or just under integration. So for some like probably more projects that more well known, Nest, which is built incubated by a chain ecosystem, and they have already announced us as the one of the two like unique KYC provider for these products. And you can see like some DeFi or DeFi projects, for example, Hinkao, KyberSwap, and Singularity. So if you like, I would love to connect with you and provide you some like users live links, and to like give you more vibe or concept or how they are integrating with us.
Okay, yeah, Fermento, if you want to connect with Cecilia, I think it'd be great. Her X account, I think, is at AnonCecilia, so you can go ahead and tag her. So I think Asux did follow up a bit with question. Let me just move the screen here for a little bit. Yeah. I was asking if zkMe had a reference session pattern that lets a mini dApp user prove KYC once, then perform gated on-chain actions without replay risk while keeping the UX lightweight, no constant reprompts. Maybe it's just the way that it was formatted.
Got it.
Yeah.
First, please don't say sorry. It's my like, because I didn't get the question, so I'm the one should say sorry. And to answer your question, so our KYC is actually a reusable KYC, which means once you have verified on our platform, then user next time log in with their, for example, account, or next time they log in with their account, then they are free to reshare, reauthorize with the previous Soulbound token they have minted. So they don't have to do the KYC again and again. They can just do once and share multiple times.
Okay, cool. Hopefully that answers your question, Azooks. Yeah, so I think that's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank all the participants in chat for asking questions and for participating in the Q&A. I'd like to thank Cecilia for taking time out of her busy schedule to give us this wonderful workshop, and I hope it was very informative. So one thing that I like to do with all the workshop presenters, Cecilia, is asking them if you have any parting words for the participants of the hackathon.
Sorry, I missed.
Did you have any parting words for the participants of the hackathon? Like final words you want to say before the workshop ends?
Yeah. So I'm really glad that, because before joining this live stream, I went through all the projects on the Dora Hack, and I'm really inspired and feel like really glad to inspired by those projects. Their idea is really innovative and interesting, and also glad that, because under these use cases, I have seen that potential, how we can help them and make them more compliant without any concern. So for those projects or participants in this chat, I believe that you guys have really innovative ideas, and I can't wait to see it. And please feel free to contact me if you want to explore or just under the concept or integrate with our service.
Yeah, absolutely. I think zkMe is a very interesting product and glad to have them on board on Hackathon. So if you guys want to find out more information about zkMe and Cecilia itself, you can go check out their docs. As Cecilia showed earlier, you can follow them on the X/Twitter, I think at zkMe_, and at Anon Cecilia on X, as well as follow our own socials at Bill and Kaia and at Kaia Jane. Sorry, I have to shield that one because it's Kaia, right? But yeah, so I think that's all the time we have for today. As I mentioned previously, I'd like to thank Cecilia for taking time out of her busy schedule, as well as all the participants for paying attention and following along and asking all the questions. Yes, thank you, Eric, for posting the docs in chat. Yes, so the docs are in chat. He is actually one of our ambassadors, so yeah, he should be here. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So thank you, Eric, for posting that in chat. I really appreciate it. I can actually post it right here just for everyone to see. Yeah. So docs.zkme.me/zkme.hub. This is the docs link, and yeah. So I will leave it here. I'll see everyone tomorrow for the workshop with Third Web. We just actually announced the Third Web workshop. I have workshops every day this week, and I think 2 more next week. So as I mentioned, we have less than a week left till the hackathon ends. Tomorrow, I think, will be T-5 days to the submission deadline. So hopefully everyone here is pushing hard towards the end and submitting all their working hard and making sure the builder is ready to be shipped. As a reminder, please do submit your builder as soon as possible, because we want to prevent situations where the errors happen at the last minute, because I know everyone likes to do the whole 2359 thing, like do it minutes before, to wait until the last minute, but you have up to $1 million in prize pool to win here. So I wouldn't leave it until last minute. As I mentioned, if those who are unfamiliar with Dora hacks, you can absolutely submit the build rule first and then modify it later, because I think the actual submission is when you click finalize. But absolutely, you absolutely can submit the build rule first. So we'd recommend as much as possible for you guys to submit the build rule first. so that if you encounter any errors, whatever, then yeah. So another question we actually got in Discord, actually, yeah. So we do answer questions on Discord. Is do we keep the repos private or public? Because some people are a bit, if it's their unicorn idea, they don't want people to steal it, right? So one thing we have taken note of is it doesn't necessarily need to be public, although we would very much prefer it, just for the sake of ease of judging. However, um, it's just one of those things where it's just easy. As I mentioned, it is easier to judge the things, but um, it is a submission requirement. But if your submissions turned in as private repos, we will need to ask for access for judging purposes. Public repo submissions will be likely considered bonus points. We're not too sure on the exact details, but yeah. So the thing about private repos is that yes, we will still accept them, but we will require certain access for judging as usual. Yep. So I think I've taken up a lot of everyone's time here for answering a few questions. So follow us on Discord. Join our Discord because we answer all the questions you have. We have a separate channel specifically for questions. If need be, we can ask Cecilia to be in there as well to answer all your burning questions about zkMe as well.
Yeah,
I think we
sure.
did get some questions on specifically Dune, the dashboard, but we may have some questions about zkMe. So Cecilia will be there as well, and I think a few of the other zkMe team is already there, just to monitor any questions for zkMe. So it's better to ask them directly than ask us to ask them. It's a whole, loop role, right? Rather than just ask them directly. So yeah, I think we'll just leave it here. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm sure we'll see Cecilia online, somewhere or another. And we'll see everyone shortly. Yeah, all right. So take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Bye.